Hey guys, it's Michael Levine. Today, an interesting announcement was made on Facebook. A very, very prominent salon owner announced they were closing their salon today. As in, as of today, this salon is officially closed. And we're talking about a very, very prominent salon owner and a very, very prominent salon. So I'm not going to talk about their situation, but I am going to talk about generally what happens when a salon closes. And a lot of people, employees, the general public think things are a certain way within a business. And just because a business is prominent and is busy doesn't necessarily mean things are going well, or doesn't necessarily mean things are profitable. I closed a salon recently that was a very, very busy location. It wasn't necessarily profitable, it wasn't losing money. The cash flow was good. It was probably a $90,000 a month salon. And it was really, really busy. Had a great reputation. We'd get several walk-ins a day. And if you played your cards right when you worked there, if you did things right, you could become a very, very busy hairdresser in a very short period of time. But that didn't necessarily mean that everything was going well in that salon. At the outward appearance of the salon, everybody thought, oh my God, that salon's booming, it's beautiful, all of these things. But for me as an owner, I got really tired of fighting with that team over there. And it became more stress and drama than it was worth. And when the lease came up, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm walking. You guys can all come join me at our other location 5 minutes away or not. Out of that company, only 4 people out of the 16 people came with me. Now, that's not to say I wanted all 16 of them, but 4 people came with me. And the ratio of that is 25%. So 25% of those people in that room were on my team. And that's usually about it. It's usually the 80-20 rule that we say, or 70-30 rule, where, basically 3 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 of the people are sort of invested. And I mean, the 80-20 rule applies to a lot of things. It applies to income, all sorts of things. But it also applies to the people that are really go-getters who are on your team. And then the rest of the people who are doing just enough to not get fired. And that's really what most salons are. And it doesn't matter what the salon is. It doesn't matter who they are. Every salon has these problems. What we hope for is that the mediocrity in the salon is really at a high level. That if the mediocre standard, or the middle standard in your salon is at a really high level, that you as an owner can live with it. A lot of salons don't have that, where they have a couple of people that perform at an outstanding level, but everybody else just straight up sucks. So what's your point, Michael? Well, the point of what I'm trying to say is salon ownership is a total drag sometimes, and eventually it doesn't matter what you think or what you see, or if if the person's name is on the door, or if they're famous, it doesn't matter. What you don't know is what the reality of that salon situation is like, and chances are that salon is like the vast majority of other salons in North America, which basically are not doing well. And even if it's doing well financially, maybe morale's not well, or maybe the owner is just simply tired of fighting or pulling teeth to make things happen, or maybe there was a walkout and the owner gets tired of saying, I do not want to rebuild again. I myself generate a ton of cash and I don't need this drama around me that's clouding my ability to do what I do best. Not everybody should be a salon owner. Some people can just be kick-ass. Most people shouldn't be salon owners, and that's not saying these guys shouldn't be salon owners, but they probably just got fed up and they had better options that would give them a lot less headaches and probably not really make them any less money, because really most people in this industry who are owning salons, not that many people are making a great living. I mean, that's the reality of what it is. I could tell you my personal situations. I'll tell you right now, one of my companies not doing really well right now because I made a huge mistake and I released a space that I shouldn't have released, and I have another space that I have to open, and coupled with that, my school enrollment isn't quite where it needs to be. It's fine, but it's not good. And I'm in this kind of 4-month perfect storm of not goodness, and that's causing me I'm not going to pay myself. And I'm selling one of my cars selling one of the fleet. No, I own a car that's got a little bit of value, so I'm selling it so I can get a bit of cash, and then I'm going to lease something else that isn't as expensive, and then then I'm going to be able to take the proceeds of that car sale, and then I'm going to pay my mortgage for the next 4 or 5 months with it, so that my wife and I can afford to be without, so we don't have to lay anybody off. But that's the reality of owning a salon sometimes, is a lot of owners aren't necessarily prepared to make the personal sacrifices. I always do. I never want to lay anybody off unless they suck, in which case then I will absolutely lay them off. But I usually want to give people an opportunity, and then I take that cut. But this, I'm being full disclosure right now. Most salon owners don't tell you this stuff. They don't tell you that they maybe grabbed a second mortgage on their house, or maybe they're so far into their line of credit that they're freaking out. You never know what is going on. It doesn't matter. We always want this facade, especially with social media. We want this facade of memes and happiness, and oh, life is just so great. Well, that's bullshit for most of us. It's absolute bullshit for most of us. So I just kind of wanted to give everybody a reality check. And for you salon owners out there is no shame in closing your salon. If this dude closed his salon and is like, F it, I'm done with this shit, trust, it is not, there's no shame. For me, I really, really struggled with it, because I'm like, oh my God, what is everybody going to think of me if I close this salon? There was such a personal pride thing. Oh, you can really see my speed lines and my haircut. There's this personal pride thing, because I'm a bit of a name in my city. And you know what? Who cares? Do what you need to do to help you sleep at night as an owner. Do what you need to do to feed your family as an owner. Take care of yourself, because sometimes we really, really beat ourselves up trying to take care of other people, and it's not necessarily worth it. And there is no shame in kind of packing it in and saying F it. It's a hard decision for some of us. For some of us, it's an easy decision. For some people, it's like a decision that the bank might make for you, so it's pretty easy that way too. But there's no shame in it. It's a tough industry, and it eats even the best of us alive. So that's kind of the point of what I'm trying to say. If you want to hear more of what I have to say, friends, I'm going to be in New York at IBS this year, 2017 IBS. I'm speaking for 2 days. And if anybody else wants to, if any of my friends are doing anything cool that they want me to get in on, you might see me there too. But I hope to see you in New York. And have a wonderful Christmas. Take care, guys.
Cut your hair. Do you think it's gonna